One of the big changes with 3D over the last couple of years is the emergence of new technologies, both in the actual movie creation, but also in the experience of having the movie in the theaters. One of the key technologies that's come out is the use of polarization technologies to really make it feel like you're in the movie versus the cheap, red and blue lensed cardboard glasses that we've all worn as a kid while we watched 3D. So today when you go into the theater and you put on those what looks like Ray-Ban sunglasses, you actually transport yourself as if you're part of that movie. So the combination of those kinds of technologies, but also in the movie making, really allows those 3D movies to change the way stories are told. 3D as a space is very interesting for HP for a number of reasons. One is that our customers are creating this new kind of 3D content, and we're helping them actually with tools and technologies to make it easier for them to create those kinds of films. And for us, it's about providing the core IT infrastructure, the computing that's required to render these kinds of movies. Because keep in mind, you used to just render one image for a film. For 3D, you have to now render that image for the left eye and for the right eye. So that's twice the computing capacity that a studio needs in order to produce those films. Likewise, though, it's also about the display technology. So HP Labs has been working in a number of different areas to how do we improve the overall display technologies to allow you not only to enjoy films in theaters, but to enjoy it in your home, but eventually to be able to take advantage of 3D in the workplace. 3D is going to have wide application for both enterprise and consumer customers. Consumer customers, it's just a fun thing to go do. When you go to a movie and you see it in 3D, you go see Avatar and Monsters vs. Aliens or How to Train Your Dragon, it actually feels like you're part of the movie. It's not a passive experience, it becomes an active experience. From an enterprise perspective, we think 3D is going to have a wide set of applications. One, to improve decision making. When you think about the human body, your audio nerve operates at the speed of about a T1 network. Your optic nerve operates at a gigabit, and you have two of them. As humans, we're optimized to be visually oriented. We're great at pattern recognition. So when you can present information in 3D, which is what we as humans are optimized to see in, we actually can make better decisions. It's kind of like when you walk into a room that you've been in hundreds of times before and you notice something is slightly different. There's a piece of furniture moved, something's changed. You're not quite sure what it is, but you know something's changed. That's your pattern recognition working. Now when I can present information, whether it be 3D images for medical imagery, oil and gas, looking at where I'm going to drill the next well, financial services, I'm looking at trends and charts and graphs in 3D of what's happening in the financial market, I can now take advantage of the full human capacity to make better decisions. And so we think 3D impact is going to be just as significant, if not more significant, in the commercial enterprise space than even what we're enjoying today on the consumer side. There are a number of technology challenges facing the industry. They break down into one being the actual creation of the content, whether that be films or photographs or 3D games, the availability of the software tools and the availability of computing technology that can actually produce the 3D content. Second is the display technologies. In the case of movie theaters, it's very easy to control the environment. I can make sure it's exactly perfect based on where you're setting, and I can make sure it's a nice dark room, which actually enhances the 3D experience. That's a little hard to do in the living room. The third area that's a challenge is the glasses. There's a challenge within the industry because we don't have a standard set of glasses that can be used across all types of display technologies. So today that tends to be confusing for the consumer as to what glasses, what's the technologies, why do I have to buy these kinds of extra components in order to enjoy 3D. But those are areas that the entire industry is working on and will get solved here relatively soon. At HP, we have a 4-year history of development of R&D around 3D, starting off with the work at HP Labs around Pluribus, which is a projection technology that allows us to deliver 3D images on a wide range of sizes, down to small displays, all the way up to 50-foot wide displays. And we unveiled that at Sundance this year. Likewise, there's also a 2-foot by 2-foot display that delivers you 3D without the requirements of wearing glasses. Both of those technologies are technologies in HP Labs that are focused on what 3D experiences will be like in the future. One of the activities that's actually going on in the industry is to bring together all of the different formats that are out there, whether that be in the form of glasses, the form of the projection technology, even in the theaters, down to what's going to happen in people's homes. In fact, HP, we're a leader in that. We've created what's called a 3D consortium, with memberships from all the major studios, including the NBA, to try to bring this kind of alignment to make it easier on customers to understand. Do I need active glasses? Do I use passive glasses? Is it a different experience in one kind of a theater versus a different kind of a theater? And the challenge there is not just on the consumer and what they're going to enjoy in their home late this year and going into next year, but it's also a challenge for the creators of the content. They have to create a custom version of every 3D film for every one of those formats. So what you're going to see over this year and going into 2011 is really this consolidation of these formats, therefore making it much easier both to produce the content, but also to enjoy the content. One of the ultimate goals of 3D is how do you get rid of the glasses? Today it's confusing for the consumer, particularly when you see 3D being used on TV commercials. Do I have the right glasses? Did these glasses work that I saw in the commercial at the Super Bowl versus some event that I'm watching now? But the ultimate objective is to get rid of the glasses completely. At HP Labs, we actually have a working prototype of a 2-foot by 2-foot display that's audio stereoscopic. You can see it in 3D, no glasses required. Real breakthroughs. But those kinds of technologies are still in the future, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 years, when you'll be able to have a display or be able to go to a movie theater and sit there and enjoy the movie without the requirement of having to wear glasses. But those are still things that are in the future. Today, we still are faced with the challenges of dealing with all the different glasses.